going to be putting into play here, which I do like. I think the almost standard comp is still incredibly strong. But again, outside of Jet, it is going to be that Yoru for RRQ Academy, which honestly I'm a really big fan of. Even with this kind of almost standard comp from RRQ Academy, it does give them a lot of leeway to go play around with how aggressive Icy does maneuver himself around the map. That gate crash is going to be crucial. On the other hand, here for Z11, the double sentinel with Fontas and Killsea is a big thing to kind of also take note. I just don't know how effective it's going to be when they're starting with the attacking side as with this. Still, good contact on mid, and it seems like in that exchange, Z11 got the upper hand.
They saw enough people to call it clear to go into the A site. Icy is prepared though.
Okay, Icy's already taking a bit of a brunt here. No flashes for him whatsoever. No heals as well. HYK and the rest. Ooh, Woody. Timing. Wait, no, he wasn't even hearing anything. What is happening? Z11 are looking in the all wrong directions as it's Tardora that tries to run out, get back into safety, maybe find a nice little corner where he can play the clutch, but wasn't even given an opportunity. Falls down, and that's going to be a retake and a defuse for RRQ Academy.
Yeah, hell of one. RRQ Academy, information was there. They knew where the spike was headed towards. The only best thing that Z11 could have done is to play the post plant to the best of their ability, right? And unfortunately, that wasn't really the case. They were looking the wrong way. They were too focused on the mayhem that was happening on the site. And even though they spotted contact early out towards the middle, they didn't anticipate that people would be pushing up catwalk. And I think that's kind of where they fell. So it is unfortunate, but RRQ Academy will be looking to play off the eco situation.
Spike down mid.
This outlaw punches through one.
Oh, there's a pop flash setup here from Woody. Well, decides otherwise though. HYK on to Marshall as he tries to clear up some corners here. Oh. Looks like that was a no, but this time it will be the allowance of Woody to just get the kill with that stinger. Force him back with the fragment as well. Icy getting a little bit of heat here on mid as he sets himself up with the gate crash. And while that's happening, a bit more control on mid from the rest of the utility still available in the reservoir of armaments of RRQ Academy, leaving Z11 to dry out in mid lane.
Croissant.
You're done.
Croissant.
One enemy remaining.
Well, nonetheless, it's still going to be kills for RRQ Academy. Might have lost a sheriff, but not too bad. I believe that has been picked up now, so someone has a pistol upgrade. And all of the weapon upgrades for RRQ Academy have been carried over into the next round. So they have a good chance of converting into a bonus.
Depending on how Z11 approach this, though. So far, RRQ Academy... Ooh, Bootymeister does have the judge, though. And he's playing somewhere on A long. There's a few shenanigans that could happen here, Quack. He's gotten close. Oh, he's right there inside the smoke. He's taking a bit of the heat, but none of the fatal damage. Now he does. Okay, he's got to have to back away for a meantime. Down to 43. Gotta respect the lethality of that shock dart. Back away for the meantime.
Good position though, right? Could smoke off A main, play around the corner on the site, but he's choosing to reinforce his team because he knows they're not going to continue pushing the one ways. It's straight into tree where Bootymeister is still in a really good spot. Ooh! Drive by coming up from Fontas though, and all of a sudden you might have rotations on.
Take flight
now.
Possibility here. Oh, paranoia used just to fend off that drone. But with that being used, though, you can immediately see that Z11 had the information that they wanted just so that they can get things started with. Now, around the corner, oh, he just does not see it. Zara is just going to fall down. HYK has done the damage, and Bootymeister at the edge of his smoke. So low. How is he going to be able to get through this? Well, it's through some sick
One
shots.
enemy remaining.
Do they still know where he's at? Yeah, there he goes. The smoke dissipates. So does Bootymeister's chances of survival.
Yeah, that was a case of slightly slower rotations coming forward, but Z11 being able to pick up that pace. You got that kill. I think Fonta's getting that kill onto Icy really softened up the site a lot. They baited out the open flash as well.
One
You know,
enemy
slow
remaining.
contact, and Bootymeister felt the need to send it out. And with that, the rotations were a bit slower. Z11s were a little bit faster, so they got to the B side first, and also, you know, not allowing Jarwal to do anything with that Ares. So standard start for now, and then you set up for an A hit all of a sudden. Booty might not be prepared for this instant hit.
Ooh.
Over there.
Well, that's your answer, right? So many players right in front of him. Okay, flash being thrown out as well. Where's that second flash that come from? I think, oh yeah, that was Icy. Assisting, dominating, hitting the shots. And they're delaying just in the nick of time for Icy, as I think he wanted to actually go for a nice little knife stab. Not necessary nor needed, as his teammates was able to just clear out the round. Nasty shots with the operator for sure, though.
Yeah, that's a straight up 4v5 conversion if there ever was one. Even though Bootymeister died first, and he's the Omen as well, you still have the KO towards the back of sight, and that's enough to toss in fragments, toss in flashes. That continues to delay the hit. Enough for Icy into the gate crash to get the quick rotation over. Because he's playing a Yoru and he's a strong opper, he gets those kills. Repeaks gets another. Z11 have to think twice now, but they're just gonna go and hard commit into B for now. Jarwal trying to fend them off. He gets some early information.
So far, though, he gets a bit of information. I think it was 2 shots being popped. Ooh. That's gotta hurt. HYK is damn dirty. Ooh, the smoke and everything. Not able to give that much needed, I don't know, coverage? Blockage? Cover? I don't know what you want to call it, but shock dart as well from Zar. Wow. Gonna thin out the numbers, and they're completely blinded. No chances, no opportunity, no nothing for Z11 to play around with. Now it's a fight between Nazi as well as Lenny, and Lenny's gonna fall to the pressure as RRQ Academy relentless 4-2-1.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful with how I pronounce his name. It could sound really wrong. RRQ Academy.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's up to 4-1. Sorry, dumb light joke. But yeah, nonetheless, a really strong round. And once again, you see why this is such a strong hold. They have the information and they have all the positions set up. Char is just being able to play spoiler around lane. He's been playing that position a lot though, so I think it's going to be a randomization. Now Icy holding down mid with the off. It's been sounded off, but Z11 are challenging with their scrappy buy.
Yeah. Oh, Annihilation? Bootymeister. Wait, what?
He stepped in front of it.
Yeah, how did he not get yoinked?
Rip and tear.
All right, we gotta get a like slow-mo replay on that or something. I am confused. Or maybe he just got out of the radius? But I honestly thought he was gonna get yoinked by that. Anyways, 2 versus 3. All right. They still do have the weapons though, and the numbers as well. Steel Garden activated, and this is just great. Just buying of time for Z11. There's not really much leeway anymore for RRQ Academy here, so it's either just play for the exit flags or whatever. But yeah, there's no real time to really defuse that spike, so they're just gonna play devil's advocate and waste the numbers. Hardora is not gonna be able to get out of this one, as Bootymeister will not get consumed by the event horizon.
So safe enough. Your team's still going to be able to buy up. Not the worst loss in the world, but the fact that you just got thriftied, yeah, that's something to think about for sure. Because the whole team just went for a big, I'm thinking of saying go challenge, but I also don't want to say it. But it's a challenge nonetheless. They all went for fights around middle, and that's where they got picked off. You had an op, you repeak, and it didn't work out. The rest of the team continues pushing. That's where things get a little bit questionable, so not entirely safe, but Z11 nonetheless will be able to upgrade themselves off of it. And since it worked out before, why not go down mid again?
Yeah, there's not really much resistance there from RRQ Academy, so might as well, right? Like you mentioned. And this time, the mix-up is to go for a short and slowly encroach onto this position. HYK has already gone for it. Okay, Hunter's Fury from either side. HYK actually take a bit of a brunt there, so I'm not sure what's happening here. But so far, Bootymeister as well as Woody are going to be holding this A-long position as they clear out Lenny. Still holding that A-long location there, while the rest of Z11 not allowing to lose too much, also get control of A-Heaven here. While the rest of the 2 members of RRQ Academy, that's going to be Nazi and Icy, retaking the top. Their teammates will be retaking the bottom here, as Icy has already gone and used his dimensional drift. Fontes, though, great little sneaky position inside the barrier mesh makes things happen. Woody as well as teammate Bootymeister is going to have so much of their work cut out for them. He's hitting some nasty shots, but still not really a lot of time for him to mess with in that. Nasty little wide swing from Killsy. Sets it up beautifully to finish off the round. And well, make it 3-4 for Z11.
Yeah. And an unfortunate punish for Nat Z as well. I mean, the fact that he has that off and tries to look for a good position but gets caught out. But this shows you exactly why this composition works on the attacking side sometimes as well. If you get yourself into sight, you have so many utilities to hold post plant off of, thanks to the double sentinel, excuse me, damn. But yeah, because of that, they get to play off Heaven, and it's all these different angles that the defenders otherwise wouldn't often think of on a retake. So back at it again, you work off mid, RQA trying to play it safe.
Icy has a pop flash in the motion here, potentially. Ooh, Bootymeister overextending though, but Charwow is able to get a refrag. So maybe a step in the right direction, but that weapon is going to be very difficult to pick up. Dropped all the way at, well, all the way there, lower the portion of mid. The peek out from Icy just nonchalant. So will the pick from Lenny. It's all, Jar! Oh no, he's got, how can he really go Ben Stan? Gets the grain Woody though! Well, he's not the friend in me, he's the enemy in all of us, as he hits shots and just be a bit of a thorn here at Z11.
Planted.
Yeah, because Woody died around this spot as well. It's a retrievable weapon for Nats, but unfortunately a little bit out in the open too. Fontes being able to slow him down with thorns. 4-4, we're tied up now after wow, did not expect this.
Yeah, it's always the upsets, right? I love to see it. Or not like an uber upset, but it is a win that we're seeing from Z11. Yeah, the underdogs making it happen. A couple of ultimates here and there. HYK does have the judge as well, which I do like. At least it keeps it so that he saves some money, has the blades. Why not? Why not? KO Blade does delay things ever so slightly. Nazi, whoa. He just straight up ran on A main. Did he realize? Oh! Well, whatever happens, though, that was a very clear-cut read from Z11. Able to get the kill onto him, and HYK! Okay. Yo! Hits the shot with the judge continuously. In smooth, incredible fashion, and he's already on his way for the ace. Unfortunately, the other kill was too early into the round. He'll take it, and the operator as well, and Z11 take the lead.
Crazy round. You got the clear execution. The fact that gun's not really working out too well for our this round, but of course the judge being that close as well is another thing that's quite unexpected. But yeah, I think as Nat Z, you'll kind of think twice about just creeping up all the way without doing much else, because opponents could always still be lurking behind, checking out your flank. So after losing the lead, well, Coach Sky, there he is, gonna need to pull off some intervention and right the ship, because right now, apart from the fantastic start that they had, things have really fallen apart.
Yeah, there's a definite spiral here that This feels so out of place with a team like RRQ Academy. But that being said, though, this Z11 that I feel is being spearheaded in terms of the frags, or in terms of control by Fontes, is just so aggressive and so on par, right? And this is reminiscent to the previous series.
Let's fly.
Where it just felt like Team Secret Academy was able to bully their way to dictating the pace of the game. And I don't know if that's the theme for today, but if it is, then Z11 might have that firepower in them. And look at this! RRQ Academy are making setups, and Z11 is just shrugging it off.
Soft flash too. That many players holding default. They anticipated that it would have been some kind of a push out on defense off the timeout. They guessed right. Off of that, now this side hold is slightly weaker. And then again, it is the eco round coming out for RRQ Academy, so you suspect the timeout for the upcoming one. Grab that in, and just kind of allows for RRQ to get the entry, but the lineup wasn't perfect, so weapon now retrieved by Nazi, and he's set up for it. Double kill up, Euro steps in, tries to do off some parkour movements, but Lenny will slap him down outright. Fontes now kind of eliminating any potential for trade frags too, but Woody and Boodymeister are on the scene. Not anymore.
Okay. Not playing the spike just yet, knowing that they still have to play this 2 versus 1. Still Garden to scare back Boodymeister, and it actually works and gives Lenny the time to go for that wraparound. This is beautiful execution, man. The 1-2 communication from Z11. And honestly, it just felt like RRQ Academy also missing the beat on some of these fights. Like, Nazi was kind of panicking under lane for like the entire time and wasn't able to. I don't know, it doesn't feel like he didn't get that much support from Jarwow at all.
Yeah, not quite. I mean, still able to do a decent hold, but nonetheless, that's just a round where you just kind of throw things away. Next one coming up, you got the Odin this time, but it's a quick execute coming out from Z11 straight a day.
Well, it could have been, but that fragment and smoke did give them a bit of a pause. Z11 now redrawing the lines, figuring out the next part of this fight. So far, though, it's a bit of a spread out on their side of the map as they start to move into B main.
Mid is left open too. Uh-oh. Nats, where are you going?
Kills is making a bit of noise here. Does he have his ultimate? Oh, I think he does.
I mean, he already used it. The fact is, he kept them invested on the A side. Now the hit's going over onto A, and it's just Nats here trying to play footsie with his Hunter's Fury while Z11 is strutting in. Oh!
Spike down.
Okay. Nazi,
30
though.
seconds left.
Holding for a split. That's about it. HYK is going ballistic with the trace inside the smoke, but unable to really get the results that he wants to. Fontes. Oh.
One enemy remaining.
All right, we got Fontes by himself. Spike somewhere on A, and
okay,
that jump up from Icy, I like to see it. He just baited things out for Jarwow.
Last round before
It's a very close fight between the two teams.
Spend your money now.
Honestly, that was one round from RRQ Academy, but then it gave them that 6-5, and now it feels closer again, or it looks closer again.
Yeah, quite a bit. Just pretty good outcome, at least for RRQ Academy. Being able to put up the hold like this, having the guns, or just being able to rotate enough in time. That was almost successful for Coach Vade and Z11, but still, the fact that it's this close, I think they could be setting things up for the second half as well. So timeout right now before the last of the first half.
This is their first timeout as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I like it. You know, people might not realize, but having a timeout before the halftime kind of has you, like, it kind of gives you a slight extended timeout, if that makes sense, right? You discuss, and you play the round. If you're starting to lose the round, you can just not try to over clutch it and just buy as much time and just start discussing. And then once you're in the halftime, you just continue the discussion. So you're like 3-4 minutes of good counter planning as you reach that second half. I'm not sure if that's something that teams actually do, but anyways, it's a pretty cool thing that you can do.
Gotta stop the momentum nonetheless. Well,
Right.
RQA
You're already
trying to
gone
pull-
and yeah, you're just losing the round might as well.
True, but okay. RQA trying to do different things. You got the op. Odin was coming out from the previous round, but let's see what this op can do. Icy has been deadly with it before.
Yeah.
Lenny with the Odin though.
He still has the owl drone as well. So if Icy took that first contact position, the drones should be able to sniff it out. HYK though, ooh, he's gonna have to panic a little bit. That was a really well placed Hunter's Fury, as it just goes through 3 players of Z11. This is a step in that right direction. Nazi around the corner, unable to really do anything, but Jar, wow,
Oy.
with the Odin. Okay, back of the site though, Hardora almost got clipped by Icy here, but the shorty, not enough. Ultimate was already used, so he can't use this to reposition. And where is that spike?
30 seconds
yes.
left.
Awkward. Okay, I think he was trying to get to the box and not make any squishing noises. Drops into the site. Puts a smoke somewhere. Oh, it's in B main. He's got 15 seconds. He already knows where the first one is. Now he's got to bait the shot in. 10 seconds, but again, there's just so much happening. Not enough time. And that will equalize things 6-6.
Switching sides.
Yeah, not too bad on damage, but yeah, that's how the round goes. You get the info, the perfect stall on the Hunter's Fury from Jar, and then after the stall, Jar even continues to go back out to peek and spray with that Odin like a garden hose. I mean, out from this one angle, it's way too linear.
On ascent between RRQ Academy and Z11. So far, Z11, they got a burst of rounds. It's great. It's effective. It's incredible. But RRQ Academy, because they had a lead already, they just needed 2 to equalize things, and now we're kind of back to where we began as we enter the second half here.
And now it's going to be Z11's double sentinel on the defensive side too. This is where you need to see Icy or top guard to deal with all these initial traps. Not really cleared yet though. This is the first round, but they will be able to stroll into sight safely for now. Oh, shot to the close. Z11 all around heaven though.
That's kind of awkward though. Ooh, but Icy makes the most of that situation. Great smoke from Bootymeister though. As opponents push through, Icy is just waiting, you know, using that quick reaction time to really ruin his opponent. Oh my god, that tap! That was a 1 bullet on the Frenzy. I mean, it's not a kill, but sure, we'll take it. 4 versus 2. Fontes is low, another smoke right dead in their face, and the door closed up. Fontes has to make like a valiant effort. Bootymeister. Tap and a tap. The tap dance revolution for him.
Nice. But yeah, I did not expect those tests to be that clean, but good round. You saw how they went in with it. Clear signs that they know how to
One enemy
anticipate
remaining.
opponents' traps and trips. You go in the clone, you go in flashes, and the whole team's just able to play within range. That frenzy to block off heaven as soon as they know where Z11 are positioned. So guns up, needing to keep these guns as usual. You're tied. You were tied before. Now you're looking for 8-6. Okay, what is this? Oh my god!
What? What was that? Oh my goodness, that came from out of nowhere. Did he pick up the weapon? It's like a no, right?
is destroyed.
Yeah, nah, but still though. A takeaway at Bootymeister means no smokes for the rest of this round. And RQ Academy gotta have to go for it the old-fashioned way. And that is just to,
I must wait.
well, clear up position and rush. Which is technically they're already straight up way, but then, you know, without smokes. Oh, they hide. They hit pretty well, too. HYK is a thorn. He's a menace. He's a Dennis the Menace. Fortunately for RRQ Academy, there's just too much of a stack, and they got to go the other direction. Icy is by himself. 30 seconds. If he can get the pick onto Lenny here, that is going to be such a big boon for him. The question is, can he? Good damage already. Lenny is not giving him any space whatsoever, and he can't really plant the spike for the meantime. As Nazi able to get that first kill off, then maybe. Lenny. Oh, he wasn't able to spot him. It's going to be a big fight. Tries to go for the spray control, but got triple peeked by the rest of Z11. A step in the right direction, but a step that doesn't get them the win just yet. Icy's down to 40. Thankfully, he has the regen shield to give a bit of a fighting chance, but Lenny just goes for the white swing, and the Bulldog bites at his mark, and that will put a round into the pockets of Z11, as well as disrupting the economy here of RRQ Academy.
Yeah, very much disrupt that. The market has crashed, Oscar.
The market has crashed. Oh no.
Because Z11, they are going to be the ones doing all of this. I mean, you're very likely looking at maybe even a 9-7. The fact that they are going to go up next upcoming rounds with full buys. Even going for the Outlaw, that's a smart purchase. The defensive side is kind of working out. If they continue to play it this way, HYK was just doing magical things around A main. This time, though, playing it safe. It's the Outlaw after all.
Just a bit of an approach, and HYK on top of things. Quick and just unrelenting. Door now. Here. Putting himself in a bit of a fight. Ooh, he's that Nazi. Ooh, okay. He knows it's almost right in front of him, too. Unfortunately, the kills was just so quick and just jumping out with that judge. And what was he supposed to do at that point? Unless he's got the sickest of flicks or tracks. Not really much.
One enemy remaining.
The fight between two of them. Jarwao trapped onto B main. The sheer now gives away at his location. And there it is. Quick and painless round here for Z11.
Very quick. But nonetheless, that was the go after all. We're looking for RRQ Academy to be able to suss out how Z11 intends to play on the defensive side. We've already seen this Outlaw, so hopefully that paints a picture of how they might set up for the upcoming rounds. You know where the Sentinel utility will most likely be set up as well, so it really comes down to how they're able to kind of pull and push across all of the defensive resources around the map. HYK has other ideas. Look at this aggression.
Alright, let's get to it. Big fights coming out from B main here. Nazi's going to be able to use his ultimate and even have his camera actually get that quick little information. Icy given an opportunity, but somehow he misses the mark. Nazi thankfully was able to get the kill onto HYK, or else that would have been a very, very bad no trade, no nothing against Z11. Now that that has happened, we do see ourselves with a 4 versus 3 here. Nazi has put himself still on B main. Woody able to get the pick off. Woody Meister with the lurk, able to get the shot as well. And Lenny's all by himself. The lone warrior, the lone wolf.
Spike planted.
Will he be the man of the hour? Or will his hour come up? Stuck on mid by himself. I think him just waiting around here gives you that signal that he's really not looking to make a splash to clutch the round, but rather make it an expensive round for RRQ Academy. Slow approach into A main. What? Okay. Round's done.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of in the cards as soon as the round started. You already saw. Yeah, it's a good attempt at a tiles crunch, but without the right view for it and without the right setup. You know, your opponents aren't really flash. In fact, they were actually in position to deny the tiles crunch. HYK got completely shut down, And at that point, not really having numbers, it was clear cut for RRQ Academy to keep things moving. Now though, HYK being able to buy out the op and having Blade Storm as a possible secondary, things can continue to get dicey.
Immediately, RRQ Academy here, Quack, showing a lot of presence on A main. I thought they had a setup here for Icy. Well, if he had a Dimensional Drift, then maybe. His TP is all the way through top mid, so I think he might just want to double up with the rest of his team. Budimeister can be left here by himself and then just, you know, start using that from the shadows to rotate elsewhere on B here, especially when you can see that Jarwao is already halfway across the world with the spike. They're still here on A main though, but you can see with all of the noise that RRQ Academy is making around the map, it just gives a signal to Z11 that they still haven't really figured out where the real push will be. Oh, Lenny, if he just peeked just a split second, he would know something's up on A.
Yeah, really got to be careful. And look at the intentional traps as well from the Z11.
Cutting through.
30 seconds left.
Very, very first time that doing this one. Still trapped in though. And there we go. The trap really sound off and slow things down. In for the spam. Inside of the smoke too. Kelsey hopping in. A flawless round picked up for Z11 now.
Yeah, I think that was much to be expected as well, especially when there's like a 4 stack from Z11.
Sound sensor
Right.
up.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the timeout from RQ Academy now. Certainly have a whole host of problems to deal with because, first of all, it's the Sentinel utility. Then you still have HYK with how unpredictable he has been in this second half. You got the operator that he's now pulling out, but at the same time, he has the propensity to really go dive in and be all up in your face in some of these rounds. And unless you have played against him enough or watched and studied him enough, it's very hard to tell which one of the upcoming rounds that he might do those plays. Especially if you don't have, you know, the bird's eye view that we do. So
yeah.
It's going to be quite a bit of work for Coach Sky to pull off in this round, but gotta have some faith. It's still not too far off for them to stage a strong comeback.
It really has, like you mentioned, right? It's not that far off. It just feels like there's that disruptor on the side of Z11 as to how RRQ Academy is not having that desired effect. And I think primarily it has to be how aggressively Fontus is able to create that defense. Yeah, but in any case, now let's see how this. Ooh, Nats though able to hit the shot onto Lenny. Icy as well. RQ Academy. A couple of rounds ago, slow, but now they want to go for that full committance, and seems like it is working a lot better this time around. Still though, Z11 the rest, able to get a fight back in. Oh, that is going to be a beautiful annihilation. HYK hitting the shot, and this is still going down to the wayside. Nats is going to be the one to only remain in this one. The blades, the dash, the fight, and HYK is just too sharp with it with the Blade Storm as they fall down, and Z11 closing their marks, hitting double digits, 10-8.
What did I say? This guy, HYK, can just be so unpredictable at times. This time, he goes in with the Blade Storm, and with that movement, it really throws RQ Academy into a disarray. Even though they had, you know, a clear plan in wanting to kind of execute and have that lurk potential up around mid, it quickly gets sussed out. And because they still had some of these numbers, right, and that's his position at the end still gets sussed out very quickly once again because of how incredible HYK is being on this map.
RQ Academy. Now they got the Dimensional Drift. I see as things that could work out for him. But it's again RRQ Academy just making a bit of a splash here on A main, baiting out some potential key utils. As honestly, I do like the idea of just pouring everything into B. It might be a straighter shot compared to other locations. And Icy has to pull the trigger on his ultimate. Starts working his way. He does spot out Killzy though. A couple of flashes here and there. Uses the paranoia. It is so confusing, and it seems like it actually has rattled RRQ Academy more than it did Z11. Look at that. Like, he had the flashes and everything, but then once you saw the kill feed, it was actually Lenny and teammate that was just hounding down Nats and Icy.
Yeah, the clear execute's not working out well for RRQ Academy, not when Z11 are this prepared. And by prepared, I mean
left.
it's the traps, it's the walls, it's the entire team being here.
Enemy remaining.
Meister certainly is going to try. Unfortunately, no real avail. Just Jarwar left with the Sheriff, and it's a simple trace and click for Lenny at the end of the Odin. Again, just being able to execute in theory with the dimensional drift, it should work. But if your opponents still have a lot of their utilities online, and they can throw in a grav net, if they can have traps on the site, if they can have teammates being able to hold and support, you're just not really fazed by the blue highlight that you have across your screen at all.
Yeah. No fear whatsoever here from Z11. 2 more rounds. RRQ Academy definitely in trouble. On the double. Can they turn it around? Ooh, H-White. Yay. All right, he really wanted to pin his opponent to the wall there. Fortunately, missing the beat. But the pressure felt. And you can see the RRQ Academy. Well, they don't want to catch the flames, burn to the fire. Just gonna back away, not deal with the operator for the meantime.
Now trying to work the map a little bit more. You got this barrier to work with, so that could inform you that there is a deadlock close by. Oh, but now he gets smoked just as the flash goes through. Ooh, shot through the smoke though.
That's super helpful, especially when it's Killzy as well, right? No more pesky deadlock sound sensors, nothing of that make. Just Fontus with his shears and everything, so that makes it a little bit easier to digest. Oh, the Hunter's Fury. Right here for a split second there, thought that he's going to get hit by it. That was his teammate, so he backs away!
Spike down mid.
They're getting pinched, they're getting trapped, they're just getting pushed through the smoke. This is not good at all for RRQ Academy. Both of the players, though, are pretty low, or at least RRQ's Booty Meister is low. Ardora and Lenny.
Oh! What? Wait.
Through the smoke, my guy! With the Odin, too! Oh, his senses just reaching peak human impact performance. My God.
Yeah, definitely is one of those moments for Z11. Things are flowing for the entire team. Despite this early kill with the grab net, what it really comes down to is this crunch up around Pizza.
One enemy remaining.
As soon as the team tries to make that mid-round adaptation, there's a lot of clear information, and you can hear it. He's saying he knows them. Ignore the latter part, but he's clear with how he's able to decipher the movements that RRQ Academy want to pull off. After all, Lenny has played against Coach Sky several times in MYSG from the previous league. But here we are in the Soup Challengers League, and RRQ Academy still trying to hang in the balance. But this could be their last round. The bye is not great, and you still got those traps, still guarded for Fontas now.
They're still going to charge into this without any mid-control whatsoever. HYK, okay, that might have been a bit too overzealous on his part. Paranoia has been thrown in mid to dissuade the push into market and maybe deeper into the spawn of Z11 here. Nats is going to get the catch onto Killzy, which is going to be a big boon. I think a bit too much like overzealousness, I think, from Z11 here is the best way to go about it, because they're missing the mark on the standard defenses, and it has put a large strain on Z11. You can see that it's just down to HYK with the operator. He's 16 HP. What the hell is he going to do in a 3 versus 1 with an operator in hand when he doesn't have that A control? So this should be an RRQ Academy round. And, you know, their, when I mentioned this, their fortitude, their steeliness is giving them a bit of room to work with.
Perseverance, endurance. You gotta love these qualities in a team like this, and hopefully that maybe gives them an OT. Tell that they're definitely looking for it. But nonetheless, you're right with the strain that it kind of puts on Z11. I mean, this is what they've been needing to do somewhat. The fact that Z11, their whole composition banks off of being able to stall, delay, get the rotations over, in for, you know, retakes or holds. But if that doesn't come online, unless you have players cutting off rotations, lurking, or if you have players being able to kind of pull attentions into both sides of the map, leaving one side slightly weaker than the other, like, that's kind of what RQ is needing, and that's what's successful for them. But once again, they go into another one of these rounds where the buy is still not great, and Lenny has gone in with another Odin.
Well, does love his LMGs, man. That's what the L in LMG stand for. It's Lenny Machine Gun.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. Moving on. But yeah, so far though, Z11, again, their pressure is still on. It's like 3 rounds for RRQ Academy to push into overtime here. But I do like that RRQ Academy feel a bit refreshed with that round. It seems like they have some set traps and plans. They've let Icy in a solo man, YOLO man situation where he's going to be making some space by himself. And I like this idea. This should have been something that he's been doing since a while ago. What the hell was that? Not's going to get picked off. Icy, though, rewarded for his efforts to get deep into enemy territory. That paranoia making it difficult to get for the trades, but somehow RRQ Academy are making it work. Icy is still holding that mid position, and we're down to HYK once again, just holding the operator. We'll get the flick onto Icy, though. He does dodge the flash, but it is going to be... Okay, so he's going to wrap around. Maybe go through A short. Is he going to try to fight or save?
No chance. It's got to be a save.
Chance. Okay, yeah.
On the op. I mean,
on the off chance.
Yeah. You start to think about it, you know, how you're going to use this weapon or if you're even going to keep it. I mean, you have it for now, so maybe you're just going to still utilize it nonetheless. I mean, he's been good on the shots, but you can definitely see RQ Academy kind of being able to bypass a lot of these little traps and plays. The way that Icy uses his clone to deal with the sheer wall first, and then the smoke to allow him to slip inside of it, is a very good play that allows him to kind of do what Nats did from before. But that said, you know, now Z11 are going to start to catch on to some of these. I mean, I would not be surprised if HYK begins to peek down middle in some of these rounds. So RQ Academy, like, they have to stay on top of a lot of these plays. And apart from that as well, if Icy is lurking, then suddenly the responsibility falls onto Woody's shoulders. Woody has to be the one to, you know, flash and work alongside Jarwal to get the entries. And sometimes it's tough for them to do that just because their toolkit is pretty different from a duelist, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree on that remark. But I will say, though, RQ Academy, it's not just a lurk for the sake of lurking. I think it's a lurk that assists how they push up into a site, right? Because I see, while his teammates are pushing into that A site, he's also pushing into the A site, but just on a different route. So I think you're absolutely right, but because Icy gravitates enough eyes on him, on his lurk, if he's successful enough, the pressure on Woody while it's there is not as big as if it was just Icy lurking elsewhere on the map without helping out his team. So I feel like it's it's a different approach, but it's approach that still somehow RRQ is able to make work for them. I don't know if that make any sense, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But nonetheless, it's 12-10 now. 2 rounds for OT. Z11, they're beginning to scrounge up on these ults. You know, Annihilation, Steel Garden. They have still a good chance at turning things around. And as mentioned before, HYK is now in position to work it. Doesn't want to let anyone from RRQ Academy sneak through.
Got a nice little drone here approaching onto mid. Oh, and it got a lot of information. That's exactly what Jarwao wants in this situation here. Icy is like down to like 29, man.
Wow.
He goes into the smoke and he's just gonna get peppered by the shorty unless what? No way. They actually slow peeked on mid and gave Icy the time to even get his dimensional drift. What an icing on top of this cake. No pun intended to his name, but my goodness. All right, we got alert here from Killzy though on mid as he holds into position. Fontes now wanting to stop them bleeding into the site, but it will be ineffective whatsoever. Hardora and Killzy now
30 seconds left.
very far
Spike
located from the
planted.
situation. Might as well just save the weapon here at this point.
Yeah, kind of feels like it has to be. The team's economy is definitely not great. I think the only thing is, do you want this off again? I mean, again, it works well for HYK, but how well does it really work out for the entire team as a whole, especially when it comes to some of these potential retake rounds? HYK has to find some early value off of it now, I think. If not, the rounds could definitely go way off, because RRQA, I mean, my God, that play from Icy again, and then for the rest of the team to just burst into B site, it's working out well. It's working out well, and if they continue to play like this, it's going to be a dark day for Z11 soon enough. OT is in the cards.
One more round,
I could
right?
use a drop.
And
Thank
they'll
you.
have it. This is such a nail biter of a round too, because you just never know. Like there will always be these type of rounds where you just miss that one crucial check,
Now we wait.
and then it just all blows up in your face. That being said, I think both teams in a spot where it can be done. They got the weapons, they got the shields, they got the ultimates, man. It's still a very close thing. This is going to be the map victory already, or like you mentioned, is it going to be that overtime?
HYK talked about his off. Oh my God, almost lands the shot too, but he manages to get away.
That was close. All right. RRQ Academy, relentless to want to get it, that fight on B main to continue. That being said, HYK has not abandoned the position. Does he see the gate crash though? Yeah, he hears it too. Steel Garden being used. Oh, Hunter's Fury as well! This is such a beautiful setup from RRQ Academy. Steel Garden and then some. Doesn't matter, does it? They still haven't committed fully into pushing into B, but they've gotten one big hurdle, one big obstacle out already in front of them. Lenny, does he want to go for this?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you gotta give him credits, but close up in his face. Still though, another pick onto mid if Ardora can get the second kill and the spike. It gives them a bit of a chance. Ardora might have actually just saved this for Z11. RRQ Academy, their numbers, their names, all really just boil down to the two. Still, it is the biggest hitters, Nats and Icy, able to still pick up the spike and plant it down from the shadows to keep them a little bit guessing. The chance? No way! Killzy actually gets around and finds the catch. It's all down to Nats. He's got like one item in his. Oh my God! Did he spot him? The POV did not give justice to Killzy spotting him out, but it definitely took out the bejesus out of Nats there, and that'll be Z11 with the victory.
Be able to pull off the same hijinks that he did just now, right on this map, where I guess RRQ Academy are kind of very comfortable with, but Icy also isn't necessarily always popping off as Neon, right? He's just trying to create that entry for his team. So if there is a chance, you know, Z11, I feel like it comes down to HYK. If he's able to disable his opponents and play around the map that much, confuse RRQ Academy, they actually might be able to string so many rounds together that we get a repeat of what we saw in Ascent.
You know what? I'm looking forward to it. I want to see that be a possibility here. But, of course, it all starts with the dictated, the pace. The pace of the game always gets dictated by the pistol round. And RRQ Academy looking to get this started. Ooh, okay. Okay, bit of an oopsie, but Fonta still not really spotted the back of the side. Now he will be. Stun's connecting though, but HYK is a bit of a beatdown. Spike's not planted, and it seems like they have given position away from that.
One enemy remaining.
Peek outs here from Nats. It's all down to Jar Wow. Let's get another, and I think he's just gonna plant the spike, maybe a bit of money, but ooh, it's 4 versus 1. I don't think he's comfortable enough to job down that spike and hope to really get anything. Nice taps though. One more. No! Oh my god!
Never come back.
I am speechless. Replay, please.
Yo, look at the replay. Boss me got us. Oh my god, man. What the hell just happened? Alright, this one I could have understood. And then
One enemy remaining.
bang, bang. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you can see Lenny is just so livid.
Perturbed.
Yeah, perturbed.
Rightfully. Because they knew where he was, but Fontes was, they were kind of just lackadaisical about how they were entering out from Garage. Nonetheless, you're going to the next round because you got to keep going. Jar is already up online for the Hunter's Fury. Vandal in this round with full armor. Of course you go for it.
Oh my goodness, man. You just never know what's gonna happen between these teams, dude. Like, oh my goodness. All right.
That's the thing about competition, you have to be consistent. You have to have that champion mindset of like staying online all throughout. You cannot have even a single gap, because if you do, you're caught even looking the wrong way. All of a sudden, it's an ace for the opponent.
No
That's
more
just
secrets.
sports right there. Lenny managing to catch Nats. That's a weapon for him now.
Yeah. Well, with these kind of situations, you gotta open up those eager eyes and look at that, mister. And what's on the bright side? All right, 4-3, 4 versus 3. The Z11 is just gonna march into the site here, fault line for fault line. And it seems like Z11's gonna be at the short end of the stick. Still, Lenny is hitting some shots with the Spectre, and the repositionings from RRQ Academy actually getting
Last player
just
standing.
pushed aside. Jar now. Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to make this happen, but somehow he's able to just clutch it by the skin of his teeth. And that will be a hard-fought victory in terms of rounds as RRQ pick up a second.
Yeah, straight up woken up from the previous round. Jarwao is here to play. 8-0 so far. Is still not it's the fact that this one is a 1v2 clutch. I mean, the guy is locked in. As soon as he's out of that smoke, knows exactly where to look and turn. And hopefully he gets to keep this performance up. I mean, even playing as a team right now, tosses his Vandal over onto Bootymeister to play safer with it, while he himself goes into a Sheriff, trying to play as the back lines as the initiator. That's it though. Now HYK has the op, and the rest of the team has weapons as well. Oh!
Oof.
Nasty. Nowhere to run.
Here comes the setup. Fontes hit the back of the site. Good setup with the fault line as well. And it seems like they're just charging right in too much. But Lenny is holding this like a tank. He's had enough, man. He's just been shrugging them off little by little, bit by bit. We're all down to Jar Wow as he hits another one with the Sheriff. But HYK's there to intercept and finally pick a round here for Z11. Very hard fought battle, but they will be able to pick a round in the end.
Swap spec over the op as well, HYK. You gotta keep your eyes on this guy, because this is exactly how he can be spoiler for his opponents. That's it though. I mean, this round was one of those where your opponent's intentions are really clear, and Lenny, alongside the rest of the team, just knows how to kind of hold around the A site, but it was kind of expensive as well. Jar all of his advantages that he earned and scrounged up from the first 2 rounds just gone in an instant. His Hunter's Fury did not find any value. It was a little bit painful, but here we go. IC on the judge now, and it's RRQA trying to play to the other parts of the map, but HYK is slowly creeping up C long, Asarai.
There is still the tripwire there, though, so you can't over push. But like you mentioned, I see he hasn't really been respecting the tripwires here. I know he's not dying from it, but sooner or later that is gonna trip him up if he's not careful, right?
Shadows traveling.
That's a gold wall, man.
True. Icy's now just at the back of the site here, exposed. Fontis. Oh, okay, there you go. This is so confusing. Like, just watching his POV is making me dizzy. This is how quick his movement really has been. Look of an eye. They've already lost 2 of their teammates. Z11 here pushed at the brink of things. Killsy, woo, timing is beautifully executed. Camera spots nothing. Take a little peekaboo. Try to reposition here as well. The flash, the fuffles them for ever so slightly. Still, at the end of the day, it is going to be a net positive trade for RRQ Academy. Z11, hard pressed. Lenny falls down, and they're back on track. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's just really online for it. RRQ Academy, I mean, it did a better job. Yes, the trip, it's its own thing, but it's the fact that he baits out the Omen Flash as well, and that means your opponents have less resources for the retake. And apart from that, holding it post-plant, I think Woody did a very good job of playing the off angle that tight around C-Link. It's a tough choke point to break through, and that's why you love to go for the plant on B side, especially when you consider the fact that there might be an op in the equation somewhere. So next round comes up, lesser guns, and you go for a clear C commit. You don't really see too much resistance, right? So straight in. Oh, Lenny.
Ooh, okay, Hardora just to intercept inside the smoke. Just running around, tapping away at the right click with the classic. Good damage, good contact all throughout. Font is able to hit a shot as well, but here comes Nats alive. Lenny, though. All right, calms down just a little bit. Maybe he's going to be able to get a fight off here. Jarwao and Killsy. Oh no, I think he actually gets spotted here by Jarwao. He's looking at the wrong way! And that will cost him. Oh, Jar! Oh no, Killsy just drops it right in front of his face. He's like, you made the mistake, man. Thumbs down, thrifty dub for Z11.
It is what it is. If it happens, you really can't say much to refute it because that's the result right there. I mean, the team goes for the hard commit. They also do sort of get punished for it. I mean, look at how Lenny comes back in to refill this space around flat, and nobody's marking it. There's not much else utility, and they weren't really kind of aware that there might even be a position like that. And then down to the final one as well. You know, you're going for that plant in that specific spot. I think someone might have played across the map that way, but that was not the case. Nonetheless, once again, it makes you think twice about hitting the C site. Hardora is here. He's got the Omen Flash prepped.
RRQ Academy for the meantime. Well,
Take flight.
I do like the back and forth here. Seeing, because they know that Z11 is one of those teams that will sometimes take the initiative to push deeper into enemy territory, so they kind of want to bait that out and get a punish. But from the looks of it, seems like they didn't get that reel in, that bait. In the case, Icy has been spotted with the recon darts. It's a very slow start to the round, at least for the meantime, but it's not for naught. You can see that RRQ Academy is working the map slowly, but now with 30 seconds left into the clock, you do know that they have to make a move here sooner rather than later.
30 seconds left.
You know, it does also kind of come down to this
Oh!
off of HYK. Fires off the shot though. Does get blinded too. Bootymeister doing wonderful things around Cubby. Forces HYK to use Dimensional Drift to actually get out of dodge. And even though he tries to set up for his team, Icy just spams right through it. Catches onto an unsuspecting Hardora. So, not too much in terms of utility left, apart from maybe Fontes to set things up alongside Lenny. They're waiting for the fault line to come in. Lenny is trailing up from behind. Nats, though, inside a garage. Tried to play a little bit too sneaky. Didn't expect that Lenny would be straggling behind. So now it comes down to the post plant holds all the way from C long. Aftershock deletes one. And now you have to keep on pushing up. They try to go in for the tap. Budimeister out from garage. Gets spotted. It's Z11, and they are doing a great job at pushing things down and holding defuse onto the spike. You're tied up 3-3.
Not sure if you're gonna agree with me on this, but these past couple of rounds where Z11, past 2 rounds where Z11 was getting the most victory, I gotta say, Lenny has been the crucial X factor. Like, his ability to time the anti-lurks, you know, to play away from his team and create that space, that extra bit of safety, plus the round before that where he was just getting so many kills. Lenny is on it, this Haven map.
I would agree. I mean, he is, you know, you would assume is IGLing after all, and he's got that tier 1 experience. There's a lot that he's doing for the team as well. I mean, that he did on Ascent too, but here we go into it again. Another attempt from RQ Academy, and this time it's Icy with the bucket. Trying to create so much noise, going overdrive too, bypassing the operator's shot, but it crashes out. Still though, the attention brought away. It's the push out from Garage, and now they have C side Aserai.
Sometimes it's all about speed. It truly is the Lightning McQueen of this situation. No flanks on Garage, though. It's gone all the way through B. Lenny is going to get spotted, but Budimeister is going to take a slightly delayed approach on this one. The flank as well. It's going to be quite close, and Lenny's just a little bit too overwhelmed. One in the front, one in the back. And that is RRQ Academy with a pretty nasty setup.
Yeah, I can't believe that that's how the round goes. It's overdrive, and Icy does pretty darn well with it too. But it's also the fact that you've managed to go in that hard, that fast, and at the same time for, you know, the rest of the team to have a clear and concrete game plan to swing out from both ends after Icy's initial chaos. So let's see how Z11 kind of recovers from it, because he starts getting for this round with was Glass Cannon. He bought Light Shield at the last second. But very aggressive with this. What? TP into Spike Plant, gets caught by Hunter's Tree, has to get out.
Wow. Okay, that was the third pick, though, so it at least gives a tad bit of information, but at the same time doesn't get killed just yet. That also being said, RQ Academy really put a lot of emphasis into getting that one, and it didn't work out, and it didn't get as much, I think, utility away from Z11, I think, as they might have wanted to do. So that's why you're seeing them be still very agile around the map. HYK, oh, that is a missed shot. That is a missed opportunity. If he goes in for another peek, it might actually just cost him his life, but he's gonna go for it anyways.
No, he's set up by the flash from his teammate. It is a little bit strange, but it's enough of a warning sign that it deters RQA from going further into A. They're actually going to B now, where Lenny is set up, but doesn't quite have the gun. Still lands the perfect tap, though. Kill C, within range from C-Link, continues to shoot. He actually downs the spike carrier, but gets down himself because of the shorty. And then Nats to spring out from an unexpected position. At this point, Hardor and Fontes, they might have the guns, but there's not much going in for them to make it out of this choke point. Except for their opponents peeking to them, but the peek is too darn good. Multi-timed, multiple targets, and Nats and Woody managed to take it down.
Yeah, Z11. A bit of a pickle here. Reset in economy once again. RRQ Academy finding their groove finally in this attacking side. It's looking so different. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That double swing from Z11 might have been something if not for RRQ Academy doing about the exact same thing with a lot more firepower and a lot more, with a slightly larger team advantage. I like how like 3 of their players immediately just go straight for the liquids. You know, gotta hydrate in between his fights.
Need to do whatever is necessary to keep yourself locked in, dude. It's a real chance for Z11 to close out this map and get their first dub. I think that's what that's what matters to them the most right now. You got to keep your eyes on prize, and despite how some of the previous rounds have gone, they still have a pretty darn good chance, right? HYK, you mentioned Lenny. Even though some of the shots weren't the greatest, that round came somewhat close. That round took time for RRQA to really get a good grasp over, even a single site. So let's see if Z11 can actually keep this up. At least not for the upcoming round, though, where their economy is not too great. Look at IC as well. Okay, gonna do Neon thing.
Get up close and personal. Ooh, kills him. My God. Yeah, that Guardian has to be given to someone else because he's down to like 26. And it actually work. Lenny's already getting that forward control here on house. Just so that, you can get that quick information. Nicey's got the judge. No need to really anything else if you can get close enough. HYK has already gone closer to this A site, but RRQ's call to go for B might actually be the call that would give them the net positive in that spike plant, but it's a lot of back and forthing, and it is mixing up Z11's positioning, and it kind of is showing.
Yeah, it's also drawing out their utility.
I'm out of here.
I mean, they are on the pistols after all, so they're trying to stick together and work in numbers. Several sheriff shots trying to equate one rifle.
30 seconds left.
But unfortunately, it doesn't really work out for them in terms of positioning, like you mentioned. So RQA have managed to create gaps where they are then able to see sight. And then for Booty to play out from the back line. Killsy, though, still in the fight.
Yeah, that's an upgraded weapon for Fontis. Gotten up his Vandal. Ooh, do you even push through this? I mean, do you know who's on the other side of the sponge? Yeah, he kind of figured it out a little bit, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's all down to Killsy once again. Again, he did get a pick, but that's about it. Booty Meister holding the position at an angle here. While the rest of RRQ Academy is just going to fall back. Not want to die to the explosion. So far, so good. RRQ Academy is getting a rise out of this situation here and picking off the last remaining player, Killsy.
Incredibly well done for RRQ Academy. It's a little bit tough for Z11, still a good attempt nonetheless, despite it being a slight eke around despite the Guardian. But unfortunately at the end, when you get snuffed out like that, that's just how it goes. They tried to get slipped through, but Killsy already got tagged out way too early in the rounds. That shoulder peek of his. RRQ Academy are primed to really go the distance on this one. And now they're headed towards the A site. First time in a long while that they're doing this.
Oh, HYK is out of there. So far, though, from the rest of his team, all the way through C, just TPs. He's going to have to run quick. He didn't take lethal damage, but it was enough that, he's going to have a second guess doing that same thing. So far, RRQ Academy, they found their, they find the mix. They found a formula here and just kind of stick together and, just, like you mentioned, bait out their resources slowly. Oh, it's a bit of a risk here from Lenny. He's got to get chased down by Icy. He really wants to get him out of the board.
Interesting flexible clone from YK, but nonetheless, just more utility being thrown out by both sides. Slight
30 seconds left.
stalemate now. RQA have to walk up.
20 seconds. It's now or never, at least for RRQ Academy. Hardora's going to be the back of things. Hardora, though,
One enemy remaining.
solidified with his teammate as he picks up the 4K. And it didn't seem like a bit of a big struggle for Z11 as they shrug off the offense. And that's what you kind of want to see with them, with Hardora, you know, really having his time to shine, able to do so in that swift little contact. And that smoke that we saw on Graffiti definitely helped out.
For sure, Asterai. I mean, you just see all the utilities dumped into the site. By the end of it, RQA, not only was there the smoke, RQA did not have any other like flashes or subsequent smoke to protect them as they head into the site. So gotta think twice about how you want to use your utility. But now they're just going in hard and offensive with IC, but punished by HYK. Maestro makes it a trade. They still continue to walk up though, but there's that kill trip right there. Oh, Hardora, good on the punish. Traded off by Nats again, and you're in a 2v2 now.
Still, they got control of the front of the A site. This could turn sour for Z11 if they're not careful. RRQ Academy's going to be able to plant the spike down. Woody has his ultimate immediately used, though, so you know that there's something there that he wanted to delay.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
what a bait. That was beautiful. Fontes just was looking everywhere. He's looked at
Last
the tripwire,
round in
he
the
looked
half.
at the camera, he looked at his opponent. At some point, you're going to have to decide, and there was just too many options for him to try to pick one out.
Nats, the player
Last
who
player standing.
has been promoted to the main squad, the league squad, and he's just doing incredible things on this map too. The traps, the way that he springs out, and why? Because that's why we are at a 7-4 now. Maybe a chance for RQ to close out the first half 8-4. Z11 wanting to go for information. They will peek out. They've got 4 people on the A side. They are clearing it.
An aggressive spray. Back of the side, HYK waiting for a trap to be sprung. Killsy at the back of things as well, still holding Gong. And RRQ Academy's being pushed back, but they still have the health advantage,
Last player
so to
standing.
speak. And yeah, it really is showing. Jarwan was able to deal with Hardora as well as Killsy. Lenny's going to go for a bit of a fight here, but look at the positioning from Nats.
Spike
It
planted.
is going to allow him to go for the mix-up.
Scanning
And
ahead.
he immediately throws the recon dart, but the question is, does he actually get any information for C Long? Because that's really where the pressure is going to be held at. He's found the one already. Double swing potentially. Goes in, knows that he can actually bait it out. And this is such a difficult time for Lenny as well. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many things that's going to expose him. At some point, he had to risk a tap
Switching
so that they
sides.
peek and then he fights.
Yeah. I mean, you knew it was happening, but still just emotionally reacting to it, you know what I'm saying? the cam and all of it. But otherwise, this is the RRQ Academy that we were, you know, expecting,
Last player.
anticipating. The speed, the fluidity of how, of which they're operating, right?
On track to be
Gotta go.
the team to beat.
Suck it.
4 rounds in, RRQ Academy IC is already throwing everything but the kitchen sink on A main. And Z11's gonna just, you know, respect it for the meantime. They back away. And they will be dissuaded from making any more moves on A main here.
Yeah, I think they're happy and comfortable. You know, you got Fault Line as well as Recon to allow them to their space, but they're just gonna do it together, dry as a team. Spots out Woody Meister, and that gives them enough information to clear and really push all the way through into A. Also, considering that there might be players towards the back, though, really gotta watch out for a window.
Well, this is gonna just, yes, spring the trap. Jar also not really in any danger whatsoever. He's gonna look the other way and actually get the shot onto Killsy. This is not looking hot at all for Z11.
One enemy
Lenny's able to get a frag,
Player
sure, but
standing.
he's just by himself. Actually, he's able
Okay.
to make the. He's able to make it happen.
30
It's a 1
seconds
versus
left.
1. And now it's a guessing game between the two of them. Oh my god, Booty Meister actually got it. Oh, Lenny's aware of this. Oh, this is such a difficult situation. He's gonna have to play Ring Around the Rosie, and I like the idea of him closing in onto the side there. And somehow Lenny, again and again and again, the captain, oh captain, my captain, as he clutches the victory for Z11. What?
Lenny's the guy. He's him right now in this moment. I mean, this certainly was rather hectic. He must have made the call for the team to actually hold up inside of A lobby instead of pushing up.
That timing peak, or when he tries to go for the read, someone's always there and he's able to get a catch. And this is one of those plays where if it works and it does and it keeps happening, you don't miss a beat to make it happen. That is nasty. Did they have like a recon dart there or anything?
No,
I don't think so, right?
Actually did not, but if they did, they would have been able to hide from it.
If they did.
No more secrets.
Nice little kill. No weapon found from it though. It's gonna be Lenny again with the sheriff, and he's blocking off long. Gotta worry about Garage as well as Blink. But the rest of RRQA Academy should be prepared for this. HYK with a Vandal picked up, just destroys and shreds, and that's gonna be Z11 with the second round 1 up.
Yeah. Does the tournament realm that we have also use Unreal Engine 5 now? If so, that's pretty sick. Right. Should, right? So I'm just asking because I haven't gotten the information because we always play on a different patch here, but
Yeah.
that's the case. Maybe that's why we're seeing,
One
you know.
without the chamber buff.
Oh yeah. Is that nice little
Revealing area.
performance boost? Maybe also giving a boost here for some of our teams, getting that refresh. Saying what PC setup can't handle this, but now it can. Now it does. Even better.
Well, it's gonna come down to whether or not the teams can actually handle each other. That's right now.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Half-ish buy again. We got some sheriff. Damage from previous round sustained. But RRQ Academy, we think we're really figuring this out, right? This is what we're talking about before the map began. It's the Yoru versus the Neon. And now HYK, you can see how he's actually making use of it. Gate crashed over on the C side, and that's a clear entry. Meanwhile, Lanny's the one kind of looking across, spots out, buys the attention away, goes back in the garage. Here's the footsteps, but he goes and he calls Woody over to come and hold contact with him. Woody, though, good damage. Now Tardora onto the sheriff, has to back out, tries to play it safe, goes for the quick peek, and that's another player down. Jawa trying to spray over, but Kelsey on the sheriff gets a double kill. It's just Boodymeister left, and he gets hard swung. Z11 just converted the bonus.
What? What an insane round for Z11 here. RRQ Academy, they fought tooth and nail to retake that garage control, and it was good because it allowed Boodymeister to set up a very threatening paranoia, which I believe hit, if not majority of the members of Z11 as they were pouring outside from garage and spawn. And somehow, while Z11 was still stunned, nothing, no big kills. All right, big setups already. RRQ Academy really throwing the fire here in the faces of Z11. And as the dust settles, a kill into her, a kill towards Hardora and some good damage onto Fontes.
It's not too bad. This is what concerted efforts can do. Clear game plan and the whole team to one off. Great calling from Woody so far, but as soon as Jaro tries to peek over, you know, you see that many players, it's quite clear that Z11 is going to be streaming over onto the A site. Now they've got a really good hold on it, and I don't think they're going to let up anytime soon. It's going to be just exit kills at this point for RRQ Academy.
Scanning ahead.
Yeah. Especially with how segmented they kind of are.
Right here.
That stun as well. Boodymeister, though. Good effort. I did like the idea. Z11 is able to just put to the wayside, and we have ourselves an 8-8 here, Quack.
No more
RRQ Academy definitely taking a bit of a beat down. There was this nifty little setup, you know, with the... That was only one ultimate, by the way. So it wasn't as much commitment as I think people would seem. But still, it only got them that one.
HYK, right? He's gonna be able to gate crash all across the map, but at the same time, on this op, that's what he was doing from the previous patch. He gets to take lines like these very aggressively, and if his opponents are not careful, that's a good punish. So RQA has to play super defensive right now, and I think that's exactly what they're doing.
You know, at some point, I feel like it might also be just Z11 already, you know, just not really overly encumbered by the pressures, the stresses of being the top team in Group B. I don't know. That's why they're playing a lot more cohesive this time. Any case, though, things are not done just yet. Icy's in a great spot. Good stun altogether, but didn't really expect Killsy coming in from Garage, and that's going to cost him a little bit. HYK able to pick up the spike, sees the two at the back of the site, and immediately just bounces out. And we'll try to run away potentially to C, B. I mean, he's got options.
Yeah,
Man can go anywhere.
For in this round, though, is going to be Killsy. Heard all of those footsteps. That's
30
why
seconds left.
HYK is going back over onto the A site now. The ruse has been sold perfectly by Z11. However, damage still done. HYK continues to bank on this op of his. These shots have to be accurate and lethal. If not, you know, you're kind of sitting duck once you miss the first shot, right?
Sure, yeah.
And he's also half HP.
At least he does have that operator, so he can play a more threatening angle without really exposing himself to the elements, if that makes sense. And if he gets another kill, he will have a gate crash. He just kind of reposition once more. Question now here is how good is that flash? Looks like it is. Stun to connect, though, and here comes the sequencing. RRQ Academy, yeah, they realize it. After that first encounter, they're like, there's no time, there's no real effort anymore. Let's just back away and save our weapons.
And now Z11 have the lead. I mean, what a round. The way that this actually came up to life. Like, this was off of the tech pause, really, but this op from HYK. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of ops. I think sometimes players can miss with it, but HYK has proven that he can be quite consistent with the shots that he's getting, and it's working out very well for it right now. And now, despite Puchameister's smoke, that was a pretty darn good smoke outside of so long, because it forces your opponents to, you know, either turn away or challenge it, right? It's right at the edge. But RRQ Academy are going to need a lot more than just well-placed smokes right now. They actually need to start hitting shots, because right now that's not really going out too well. It's a call from the team, though, to peek down mid as a trio on these sheriffs. Getting a little bit nervous, Asteroid.
Yeah, that tripwire, though, is going to be a big deterrent for sure. And now with C-Long not really having any tripwires in it, should be an easier time for Z11 to start moving. Oh, I say this and then... Yeah, okay, so maybe the change of setup also helps out RRQ Academy. Ardora, I think he realized as well. Goes in for the push, he needs to get the kills, and he's able to. He's brought it back again. That was a huge one. Now it's all down to Nats. Back of the site, opens it up. Good start. He's tagged by the drone. Two of the players of Z11 here do not want to take any chances as they play around. And look at the timing for Ardora as he just gets the beautiful wraparound in the middle of the seaside, putting us to 10-8.
Clean and disciplined. I mean, Bootymeister must just be a little bit dumbfounded. I mean, he was trying to pull off some bamboozles. The fake TP inside of the smoke just to get some information outside. But he didn't see Hardora. He got the opening pick, but around the smoke, because he went in for another TP, Hardora took the right instance to peek into it. And then the rest of the team was just running around headless after that. 10-8 now, Asteroid, and this is an important swing round. If Barkley does not pick this up, they have to go to the next round with broken economy.
Oh, look at the TP though. That's Hardora already on heaven. He'll get spotted out by Jar. but it will actually get immediately refragged by HYK. So this fight is still on either side's hands. Icy getting flashed, though, is not to the plan of RRQ Academy, and HYK does not miss an opportunity to create that opening. Now it's huge, because Hardora, with his efforts, rewarded by HYK's frags here. That's Budimeister and Nats. They still have Budimeister's smoke, so it can't help them out. Ultimate used to throw them back. No refrags just yet, though, but I think that might be okay for Z11 because they are burning so much time, and RRQ Academy still have to get into the site to defuse it, which they do not have an opportunity to do so.
Not a chance, man. Look at the buy for the upcoming round. They've got the ult, sure, but you really kind of bank on all of this to prevent yourself from getting even to map and series point now. Like, what has just happened? What is happening today? This was 8-4, and now it's 7 rounds in a row for Z11. We're 11-8. Like, Z11 just turned up the dial. Jar had a good shot on towards Hardora, but as soon as the rest of the team arrived, HYK, you saw him. He was fragging. Like, Icy didn't even stand a chance. He was getting blinded left and right.
I don't know how to mention it, man. It just feels like Z11. Okay, this is how I'm gonna word it. Z11, they're a team that's okay to take the loss of the initial contact, or they're okay always playing for refrags, while RRQ Academy wants to always get the upper hand. But in this slugfest where no one is gonna get out unscathed, you just have to take that initial loss and recuperate as quickly as you can. And I think Z11 realized this, and RRQ Academy hasn't. Right?
Hasn't really been RRQ Academy style to slug it out, but now they kind of have to. Challenging them, dude. Well, Icy's going in, trying to pull up the punch of his own. Got the stingers, got overdrive, and just sprays it through the smoke. Gets a couple, not too bad. All of a sudden, off the timeout, G11 are stunned on the other side.
This is a great encounter for RRQ Academy. Just blitz. They're able to get it. Icy, though, around the corner, will get spotted. Woody, no! Fontes just immediately brought it back for Z11 with not taking too much for lethal damage as well. He didn't charge his ultimate enough with all of those kills, sure, but he's brought it back, man. It's a 2-11 here. Oh my god, he still hit the shot! The paranoia just delays thing just a little bit. That's a fake out. He knows it. Budimeister's not going to take the corner, is he? But he's almost there. Down to 8 HP, and he didn't know where Kelsey was. No. Quack, not like this. Quack, not like this.
The economy's broken again. Well, okay, you're going to be able to buy up somewhat light shield here and there. Not too bad. But you need 4 rounds in a row now. Coach Sky, I certainly hope he's enabled his boys to do the best, but nonetheless, Z11 are having their way with things. The way they recovered from that initial hit was fantastic. Oh, what is this?
They're charging. They don't care anymore. They're unleashing hell, and Z11 seems like they can't close the portal. It's all down to HYK, but hold on. Oh, I think they should know, all right? They should know that he's kind of. That's also true, though. They're not looking at the right. I mean, they're looking at the right position now. If he just wrapped around onto window, it might have been something. Okay, now they're starting to second guess with all of that noise that he's done. But it will not swayed. That was close, though. RRQ Academy fight back.
I can't begin to comprehend it.
I mean, I feel think it's a really good call. It must have been from, you know, the timeout as well. Just to really throw everything that they have into this A lobby hit because they know that Z11 has been trying to play around this spot for the longest time. And then this time it works out really well. RRQA still made it competitive, but nonetheless, it should inspire confidence to the RRQ Academy boys, and hopefully for more rounds for overtime. This time it's a full push out into C. They also got the info off the recon, but you gotta play it safe. They're exactly when to push full.
Yeah. I do like this though from RRQ Academy. They're not afraid to commit the utility anymore. And whatever happens, happens, right? And I like this because it is putting a strain to how Z11 start off the rounds. And now Z11 have to adapt to this. They have taken a slower approach, which is good for them as well. And now I think this approach into C long might actually be a really good one, just because there's no cyber util on this. And oh no, Jar. That's actually gonna hurt.
It really is working out. No cyber util on C. It was meant to be a player, but because Z11 are just working as a team right now, full wall bangs together as a firing squad, instantly deletes one player off. And then you got some more options left. 30 seconds to go. And Killsy
30 seconons
feels
left.
he has a good hold on this lurk angle. If they actually manage to successfully rotate over, or if they just try to go straight to 50. Oh, that's gonna be a tough retake from here on out. RRQ Academy are in hot water.
Wait, Woody.
Woody is.
Okay, there it is. Woody
Remaining.
needed to have actually gotten the kills, but
seconds
not
left.
enough as HYK comes alive. And Z11 from out of nowhere